Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So welcome to the combat version of the Runescape 3 moneymakers for the month of Feb. Now, we've done this a little bit earlier than normal, but what I was hoping for, with the lead up to double XP coming, I thought it was worthwhile getting the combat stuff in nice and early, just because some of the items might be slightly up in price, because a lot of the monsters we go through do drop things relating to skilling or skilling money-making methods, and because of that, they should hopefully be up a little bit in price. So because of that, we're doing it a little bit earlier than normal. I normally like to have a little bit of a gap between the two, but just for Feb, we're going to do it a little bit different. Now, in terms of how we're going to approach these videos as well, we are going to do them a little bit different because the Wiki has the option to filter different money-making methods. So because it's combat, we're now going to look at high, mid, and the low levels and then start going from there. So to start with, Telos is still very, very good. 200 kill streak at 4K is now 230 mil per hour, and a 200 kill streak is also 200 mil per hour. Now, normally we don't go over the high level methods, but I just think it's always worth sort of noting the top ones, just because they do seem to change quite a lot. But it does seem in terms of top tier money making methods, for the combat side especially, they are very much more up in price. So we also have as well that killing Zamorak Lord of Chaos is at 161 and the Sanctum Rebirth hard mode 140 mil, which is good to see those kind of prices in the top tier PVM. It encourages a lot of people to PVM, and because of that as well, it means that things like brews, food, supplies, skilling items needed for combat are up in price as well, which is what we're aiming for. One of the more notable things is that a Angel of Death solo is roughly about 110 mil profit, a Zuck hard mode is 102 mil profit per hour, and Barrow Rise for 6 it starts to climb up a little bit at 81.5 mil per hour. That's the big rise for this month, and it will probably be down to either something that drops or the energies from the Barrow Rise for 6 just being slightly up in price. In terms of going down anything further, nothing too big. It's basically just the standard enraged bosses, just at a little bit lower in range, which is why the profit per hour is a little bit lower. Now, the first thing we're going to look at in terms of a combat money-making method is Ripper Demons, which is currently 60 mil per hour, and it has been noticed that a lot of things in terms of the binding contract side has started to recover a little bit after being knocked off a little bit over the past couple of months. Not that the Wiki will pick it up just yet, but on Market Watch this week, Blood Reavers started to go back up to around 110k each, which will mean that hopefully we'll pick it up as a decent money making method, but 110k each was roughly the price of Blood Reavers when it was about 40 mil profit per hour. But Ripper Demons still more just because of the method. It's very intense for a Slayer method, but still 60 mil profit per hour is incredible. Raksha as well to be noted, 55.1 mil, very solid, and also a Raxi still 49.6. Those two are around that 50 mil mark for so long now, and I think Araxi in this day and age, they've done such a good job at protecting the drop table. 50 mil per hour is still very, very good. Now, in terms of where we aim most of these videos for, the next real sort of serious moneymaker, like we mentioned, Blood Reavers, the price of the pouch has gone up. 36.8 mil is probably the best it's been in 2 to 3 months, so it could be a good time now to make some binding contracts. Again, Blood of Orcus, Hellfire Metal. A little bit down in price compared to normal, but still, it just means that you can make binding contracts a little bit cheaper and make a little bit more profit. But 36.8 mil for Blood Reavers is very, very good. Moss Golems on task, 34.6, very good there. Again, the ability to do these on task make them so much more profitable. We'll point out when the off-task one is here, so definitely worth always doing that on task. Legions are making Ascension crossbows, 25.9 mil per hour, still creeping up. This one's been very much a slow burner over the past couple of months, where it's just slowly started to trickle up in price. For the longest time, it was sat as a 10 mil per hour, but 26 mil per hour for one of the easy to complete boss collection logs and a variety of different bets as well. Very much worthwhile doing if you haven't completed the log now. Make a lot of money while doing the log and collecting all the pets at the same time. A Virago solo is 25.3 mil. Hellhounds 25.1, again very solid there, and it's nice to see that the Hellhound price as well, very similar to the other binding contracts, starts to trickle up a little bit. But for Hellhounds, in someone who is very avid at doing clues, can be a great way to pay off things like skipping tickets. But 26 mil per hour for just getting Hellhounds, very, very good. And now that the clue cap is gone as well, is insane how much GP you could make just killing Hellhounds. We have high level DKs at 22.3, killing next 21.4 mil. Up a little bit, not a lot, but it's still sort of working its way up in price. 21.4 mil for something like Next is very, very good. Archglaze sorted 1000% enrage hard mode, 21.1 mil. And then also hard mode 0% enrage, 2 mil less per hour, but again, The mechanics are a lot less, so depending on whether you learn or what sort of level you are at Archglacier, it could be worth doing 0 rather than 1000, depending on how consistent you are with kills. Gargoyles, again, due to binding contracts, 18.9 mil. Normal mode Sanctum is 17.9. Catfight King Duo, 17.3. We have the Mimic Elite mode is 15.6 mil per hour, and Hellweir 15.4. Duo Virago is 14.7. Vine Crawlers 14.2. Still a very solid task, Vine Crawlers. They've been in that price consistently for a little while, and I do believe when we eventually get into the Slayer videos, the Slayer series, Slayer monsters, Vine Crawlers are something we're going to go and visit and do a bit of a video in and break down the drop tables and their mechanics as well. Lava Strike Worm still 14 mil per hour, making Sacred Oil 13.6. Osha still 13.7 mil, a very solid mid-tier boss to get into, providing you've got the Necromancer levels, and Dagonoth Kings mid-level, you're looking at about 13.4 mil. Abyssal Lords 12.6, again, very good drops and very good drop table as well. As you see, a lot of it per hour is relating to the Abyssal Whip they drop, and that's sort of the main bulk of the cash, but everything else they drop is very good in terms of herb, salvage, or pure essence as well. So the pure essence is a decent thing, and all the other stuff it drops as well. Calg's 11.6 mil per hour, the Corp Beast is 11.3. I think that's majorly pushed by Cannonballs. The Cannonball price at the minute means that Corp Beast is like highly profitable just for that drop, and Onyx Bolts as well. Corp is a pretty decent AFK as well, so really good boss to get into if you are looking to get into one. Barrow is still 10.2 mil per hour. We have Corrupted Scorpions on tasks at 9.8. Nightmares 9.6 mil. The Unspeakable Horror is 9.3. Abyssal Beast 9.1. Again, a solid AFK. And Crystal Shapeshifters is just over 9 mil. Capsari 8.5. Really good if you can get them in your Slayer dungeon. Moss Golems 8.3, and that's down from like 33 mil on task. Always do Moss Golems on task, they're just not really worth it in my opinion, off that Slayer task. Rune Dragons 8 mil per hour, the Beginner Mimic 7.4, Revs 7.3 mil per hour, and Wyvern 7.3 mil as well. Aerits 7.3, and for the kind of Slayer task Aerits are very solid, and definitely recommend you using that mask as much as possible, because it's just solid and easy money. And Abyssal Demons with Magic is 7 mil per hour there. The Magista 6.7, again a nice little sort of Slayer log, and a little pet to get as well if you want to do it. And Krill is currently pulling in 6 mil per hour AFK as well. Frost Dragons over 6 mil per hour. Akarian Mammoths 5.9. We have Kriara at 5.7 mil per hour and Griffalo Plines at 5.5. Trash Runs from the Tazars is 5.4 mil. Iworth Scouts is 5.2. Vilelords and Vileladies 5 mil per hour. Very solid. And now a little money maker here is that farming Congealed Blood, and where it's being used for as well, is looking to be roughly about 4.7 mil per hour, which is a bit different. That is definitely one we're going to go and pay a visit to. I think I need to go and do the new quest to be able to kill the new creatures, but hopefully that will bring the price of Congealed Blood down, but that is pretty good to be fair. It seems like you're only going to roughly make about 300 Congealed Blood per hour, so maybe it's not going to crash the price, but it should definitely bring it down a little bit as well. Ganoderma Beast 4 mil per hour, Automatons 4 mil as well, Corrupted Scarabs 3.9 mil, Edamus 3.9, Cello Axe 3.8, Ferraris 3.4, and again we're starting to just drop down in the quality of the moneymakers now. We're about the 3 mil per hour mark, so it won't be too far till we hit the good old chickens. Dark Beast though 3.1, I still recommend that as a task because it's a nice, easy, quick AFK, and especially with the mask, it's a nice one to sort of force and get some points. Chickens are down though, 2.3 mil per hour there, again still very good. Adolescent White Wolves 2 mil per hour, and we have Guards at 1.9. And then as always our base limit for this and how I'd recommend for you sort of as a minimum go and do, Rabbits 1.6 mil per hour. But to be fair, apart from like the bottom end of the video where we've gone through some of the lower methods, everything else just seems to be remarkably up in price, and whether that's due to the double XP, the skilling, and like all the demand on the items, I'm not quite sure. But in terms of the combat stuff, like the mid to high-ish level stuff is definitely up in price, and it's a good time to capitalize on as well. Like, we are in a bit of a purple patch where either skilling or combat, you're generally going to make pretty decent money. As long as you keep to monsters where the drop tables are pretty good, you will make money, whether that's AFK using aggression potions or you're actively trying to kill it as well. If you're going for something more active in the game, I'd definitely aim for the higher tier stuff, because you can push your sort of money making per hour depending on how active you are as well. But that's going to wrap up this month's combat money making methods. Like I said, we'll give it a sort of normal break for next month. I wanted to sort of put these both together just so you guys have a little bit more of a push before double XP. Obviously, over the next couple of weeks, we're still going to aim towards the double XP stuff and like different methods I've found over the past week or two, which are more suited for like a double XP prep. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have, please make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys very soon in the next one.